Welcome to Bears Banter Talk Show. My name is Bernard Muhammad. We got Plank on the broadcast, Jay, and sitting in tonight, Jimmy Red. What's going on, fellas?
Hey.
Good. I'm excited now. Let's get it going. We had a week to rest. Now we're ready to go hit some people in the mouth.
Right. Absolutely. We got a couple of injuries, but I feel like our backups are capable of filling in. I mean, we ain't playing Jacksonville, but I still feel like our backups are capable.
Okay. I mean, I think most of our injuries are in the defensive backfield. And in Washington, they have one fairly good receiver, Terry McLaurin. Other than that, they don't really have nobody that's going to strike a whole lot of fear in your hearts. So we'll see how that goes. And we're also trying to see whether or not Jaden McDaniels is going to play. Even if he does play, he's a quarterback that goes for his first read a high degree of time. So the Bears ain't going to make it that much easy to get your first read off. So that's some things to think about.
Okay.
Well, speaking of Daniels, when everybody was, all gung-ho about what he's been doing, I'm looking at the stats right here. He's got, what we got? About 90 yards more than Caleb.
Hey, you would think it's a whole lot more, right?
Right. He's got like 90 yards.
And that's one less game that Caleb has played. I read an interesting stat today that Washington, the thing about the Washington team is that they haven't really played a lot of good teams either. So they are 5-2, but they haven't played a lot of good teams. Now, they have scored a lot of points. They are first in the NFL on third down efficiency, and they first in the NFL on fourth down efficiency. They 9 of 9 on fourth down. So it's going to be a challenge, but I still think, even with Jaden Daniels, I picked the Bears to win this game just because at this point right now, this offense is clicking. And I told one of my coworkers earlier today, I was like, well, we beat the Commanders last year in Washington, and that was with Justin Fields. We scored 30 points. So I'm not really – I'm looking at this game not as a must-win, but I feel like it's a must-win to keep up with the teams in our division.
Yes.
So that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, Jay, I agree with you. If you look at their schedule, their schedule really haven't been too much different than ours. I want to say every opponent that they met at the time they met them, of course you don't count the first game because everybody was 0-0, that team had only won one game except one team. One team had won 2, but all the other teams, when Washington met them, they had only had one victory. So I know people could go back and look at their schedules now, but when they met those teams had only had one victory. So it's no different than the Bears. You only could play the teams that's on your schedule. And also, when you look at it, in reality, the second worst team in the league last year was the Commanders. The first worst team in the league was actually the Panthers. And the third was the Patriots. The Bears were actually 9th. So they don't actually have the easiest schedule than Washington. Washington actually has an easier schedule when you go through the whole 17 games. Right. So that's the parity of the league. The league is set up for teams that finish low to be able to have that year of parity that maybe they be able to turn it around. But I like where the Bears are at because I don't believe it's about parity. I think they have been making the right selections and building this team correctly.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Go ahead, Keith.
I just wanted to take a second to take our hats off and say goodbye to Velus Jones. He's no longer on the team. Velus did as good as he could. This new NFL kickoff where it's almost impossible for you to get the ball and turn it over. He managed to do it. So that's a talent we ain't seen and may never see again. So hats off to Velus Jones, man.
But my thing is, I wish He should never even made the 53-man roster. So, for him to be active, I think he was active week 1, and now it's week 8, and he's been a healthy scratch all this time. They should have did this a long time ago. So, hopefully they opening up some roster spots. I've been seeing a lot of rumors about possible trades, and I'm on board with them trying to improve the team, but not at a costly cost.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, it's hard. He had a lot of talent and speed, and you kept trying to find a way to get it out on the field, but it didn't work out.
A lot of speed, not a lot of talent. If he had, he would still be on the team, right?
Well, he has talent.
Was
it's
his
not
speed.
Football talent,
right?
It's not football. Talent.
He was probably one of those guys coming out. He was a athlete, not really a football player, but he was an athlete and was fast,
And that's the thing. Speed will get you in the league. Yeah. But you ain't got no hands, then it's a different stuff. It's a different.
There you go. You got to be able to do something with the speed. No matter how fast you are, if you can't catch it,
It's just like going back. I used to love the '85 Bears and
Willie Gault.
He had a lot of speed.
He gonna fall down.
His hands wasn't really that good. Ronaldo Nehemiah from the 49ers.
Right.
Yeah.
He had a lot of speed, but he couldn't catch. So it's one of those things. But I'm just glad that they finally came to, Poles. I think Poles was really trying to hold on to that piece because that was like the second person that he drafted in his career as a general manager. And he was like, I'm going to hold on to this. And when I heard the news today, I kind of got mad because I was like, somebody called you in the offseason and offered you a draft pick for this dude. And you said no because the draft pick wasn't that high. So now
you got nothing.
Now you ain't getting nothing.
Yeah.
Now you ain't getting nothing. So,
right.
But it's cool.
6th round is better than no round.
Right.
Exactly. It's puzzling to me in the NFL when a guy can't catch at all. It's one thing to not be efficient, but not to catch at all. It's a product of just choking to me because the gloves actually, you could put on the gloves. The gloves are actually have some form of adhesion made to the gloves. That's why
I don't even know if he wore them. I don't even know if
he wore them either, right? But it aids people into catching with one hand. That's why you can see Randy Moss them do those demonstrations in the studios, and they have one glove on. But I'm impressed by Michael Irvin because when he does his demonstration in the studio, he's barehanded. Which he's really catching. And also you got the judge machine and everything. And so many things that aid you in catching a ball. And when you get to the NFL and you just can't catch a ball at all, to me, you're just choking, because I'm sure he was catching them in practice. I'm not sure. But I'm glad they moved on from him and get that.
Probably need sports psychology.
Was that the guy that plays in every comedy football movie, whether you a kid or whatever, a guy that's real fast that can't never seem to catch the ball until the last game and he finally learned how to catch it.
Right.
He couldn't even do that.
Hey, that was that character in the football movie, The Replacements.
Right. Orlando Jones.
Orlando Jones. Yeah.
Orlando Jones. I think they just put some glue on his hand.
Quick trivia question. Who's leading the league in passing?
Passing yards or passing yards?
Passing yards.
You know what? I'm gonna say Lamar Jackson based off this weekend.
No, it's not. It's
okay.
Sam Darnold?
No, sir.
It ain't Sam Darnold?
No.
Got an extra game.
Josh
Allen. No. Okay. I give you a guess. He's black.
Uh-oh.
That ain't no easy thing in the NFL these days. Ain't Calebwilliams, right? Okay.
Geno Smith.
Yep, you're right.
Oh, okay.
You're right. Geno Smith. You're right.
Old Broken Jaw is leading the league in passing.
Yep. Wow. Yep. Yeah. Hey, it just shows you can resurrect your career with the right coach.
And when you get a chance to play.
and when you get the chance to play.
Speaking of that, that's how I see this game this weekend, the Bears and the Commanders. This is going to be the battle of the offensive coordinators. So you're talking about Cliff Kingsbury, who the Bears said, no, we're going to pass. We're not going with him, versus Shane Waldron. The difference between them is Shane Waldron he's not pretty. He's not somebody that you're going to see moving on to the greener pastures. However, Cliff Kingsbury, he's, based on his work already, he's probably looking for the next coaching job. So based on that, I'm pretty kind of excited that the Bears moved on without him. And Waldron has more of an opportunity to stay with Caleb and actually teach him and do some good fundamentals.
And that's the thing about being an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator in the NFL, though, because sometimes you just need to stay in your lane. Mm-hmm. We seen Cliff Kingsbury as a head coach.
Oh God,
it didn't work out well.
Oh, that was.
But if you see him as an offensive coordinator, he's good. Robert Saleh, he was a great defensive coordinator, but everybody can't handle the overall responsibility, and I think that's where I'm starting to really like Eberflus, because I had been saying that, this dude is a defensive coordinator. He's not a head coach. But I think he's finally getting it. But when you one of those people, as far as a coordinator or a head coach, that has to have your hand in everything, and when you can step back and be like, okay, I can have my hand in half of this, and I can let my coordinators do the rest. And I think that's where Eberflus is finally at. I think
it takes a while to learn. It takes a while to learn it. He hadn't been a head coach.
That's just like when Matt Nagy was here. He wanted to call plays and be the head coach. Well, dude, guess what? You ain't paying attention to the clock when you need to call a timeout, which Eberflus, over the last couple of weeks, I'm like, okay, you paying attention to the clock now. So maybe you finally getting this. You trusting Eric Washington to do some things. You're trusting Shane Waldron to do some things. But they also said, too, this was the first year that Eberflus actually goes to offensive meetings now. So I think overall he's rounding into a head coach and can still call plays and be a half CEO at the same time. So everything is setting up for the Bears right now, and I'm just hoping that they take advantage of what's put in front of them.
Yeah, Jay, that's a great point about him going to meetings this year, offensive meetings. You can even tell that his relationship, the quarterback head coach relationship, exists. I really didn't think he seemed to be, at least a relationship that we could see from the sideline with Justin Fields. But I do see a relationship, even when we saw the what you call the show on HBO,
Hard Knocks.
You could see him talking to Caleb. Even in his press conference, he's talking about conversations that him and Caleb had, which is so important as well, that the head coach be involved, especially if he's a defensive coach, because he can actually coach that guy from what he sees as a defense. How would I coach against this guy? Right? And so you could look at the tendency of your own quarterback and tell him, what do you see as a defensive coach?
Right. You tell him what his tails are. Hey, be on the lookout for this, because if I was defending you, if I had scheming against you, this is what I would do. So, you would have to counteract that. So that would be some good insight to have as a defensive coach.
Mm-hmm. You got a question down there. So do
you believe that the front office will really support him now that he's showing wisdom? I think that they will, because the bottom line is Ryan Poles did hire Eberflus. He likes him, and I like that they have the relationship that they have, because the bottom line is you can't continue to start over and over again as a head coach. That's why I'm 55 years old. I've seen 3 head coaches in the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. That's stability. So if you can finally get some stability between your front office and your head coach, it makes a lot of difference. Since 1979, the Steelers have had 3 head coaches. That's insane. You have people firing coaches every other year. Carolina probably gonna fire their coach this year, and they fired the coach in mid-year last year. So that is so important to have a head coach and a front office / GM connected, and it brings stability. It brings stability, and that's what.
Did you say 79 or 69?
I said 79. I believe it might have been 69.
You're right.
It might have been 69.
Yeah, probably 60. Chuck Noll,
Cowher, and Mike Tomlin. Those are the only three coaches that I know for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's insane.
And the Jaguars probably gonna fire their coach this week.
They're probably gonna fire their coach too.
They waited for him to get back on the United States soil, so at least he could get home.
Hey, I was laughing. I was laughing because I said, "Man, if the Jaguars lose last week, they gonna leave. They gonna leave that dude in London. Like, hey, you need to get a personal flight home. You're fired.
We can't do nothing for you, man."
So how did the Bears stack up in this game against Washington? I mean, over the last 2 seasons, the Bears, I would say 2 seasons. Yeah, 2 seasons. The Bears have had success against Washington because Washington has been struggling. And DJ had career games against Washington. I want to say last year he totaled about 230 yards and
230 and 3 TDs.
Yeah.
Well, you know who has me worried though for Washington is the running back Robinson.
Oh, Brian Robinson.
That's a big dude. And we still having trouble getting teams off on third down. We still having issues with that. So we got to do a little bit better.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as last year now, but it's still we've had them pinned, and then the third down they get that first down again. You know, when we should have got them off the field.
One more time for everybody. The Bears are what good defense looks like.
Keep them out there. The
league is 21.6 points per game. If you can keep the teams that you're playing below that, you're playing good defense. The Bears have done that at a historic level at this point. So we're looking at 10, 11 games in a row.
It's 11.
The Bears have held them under that. So
it's
when we start
games.
talking about the Bears, it's like, we keep looking at the things that they're not doing because we want them to be better and prettier in the 85 Bears. But these guys are already playing lights out football. They really are. And, one of the hidden things that we got going on right now since Shane Waldron changed his offense is we're forgetting the name of the offensive lineman. And that says a lot of things about how well your team is playing on offense as well. If you can just keep the quarterback clean and keep the running lane clean, you got a chance to win every game. And
yes,
I think we've finally got an identity for who the Chicago Bears are. Run the ball on offense, be smart with your pass selections, and hit people in the mouth on defense.
I think what happened, Plank and Jimmy J, is when teams scout the Bears, they say, okay, one of the weaknesses we believe we could exploit is running. So in their scripted plays, they come out running a lot, and it looks like they're possessing the ball in that first quarter, but they're not really doing anything. Right. They're moving the ball. They're moving the ball. But I think this really works in the Bears' advantage because what ended up happening is they do move the ball on the Bears in the first quarter, but they don't get nothing out of it most of the time. Then they get impatient because if the Bears score, they're getting impatient, which is the philosophy of the cover two. Now they start trying to take chances, and I think this is what's leading to why the Bears have consistently – I mean, really, I haven't seen a team get this many turnovers consistently since a Lovie Smith team, where this been carried on
between the 20s,
where they getting 2 interceptions or fumbles, and I mean, it's kind of almost like, man, you almost like expect it now. Like, man, if they didn't get a turnover, like what happened? So I think this is kind of playing into it because it makes teams think they're doing something at first because they get a couple of first down. But if you look at it, you can look at the stat sheet and tell. When I say look at stat sheet, not the third down conversion, look at how many tackles a player has and to tell you how good the defense is doing. If their tackle numbers are low, that means they're getting off the field. That's why when they were talking about Monday, Roquan Smith had 14 tackles. I was like, that had to be wrong.
You were out there a long time.
It was out there a long time. Exactly. Because you should not be having, if you're getting 3 and outs, you don't have many tackles. But if you're out there all the time, hell, you get 10, 12 tackles, you know.
But I tell people, my confidence grows in this team because of our defense and because of our quarterback. Everything else, to me, throw it out the window. My confidence in the way this defense is playing and has been playing over the last, 11, 12, 13 games, that's where my confidence lies. And with the quarterback that we have, I still say this kid has played better in the first 6 games of his career than I've seen in the last 6 years for a quarterback in a Bears uniform. People can say what they want. I don't know what the thing is about Caleb that people don't like. But my thing is, this kid has played better football in 6 games than I've seen in 6 years at the quarterback position for the Chicago Bears.
I agree wholeheartedly, Jay. So here's one of the things I wanted to let everybody know. Montez Sweat, monster defensive lineman. He's going back to Washington, so we should expect big things from him this week. He's been complaining that he's not able to get his stats up because the offense is staying on the field too long. It's not a problem we've ever had in Chicago. You want the offense to stay on the field. He's like, hey, when we get out there, we're trying to hurry up and make plays. Yeah, but you still want to get the 3 and outs. If you got 3 and outs, you're not going to look good statistically as a defense than what you're really playing. Montez Sweat, his sacks are down, so now he's worried about getting his numbers up. He don't have to worry about that. The efficiency of the defense is going to make the difference, and that's what allows us to win games at the end of the day.
I agree.
We keep you fresh, and it keeps the defense fresh too.
And Caleb Williams, you know what? That's kind of the difference between how Waldron is coaching him versus Kingsbury is coaching Daniels. He's coaching Daniels, hey, get your first read, get yards, versus Shane Waldron is trying to get Caleb Williams to know how to play quarterback, to know how to think, to be comfortable in the pocket. And we're seeing the dividend and the results and the dividends from that right now. Caleb Williams looked like he's out there all day. He doesn't look nervous. He looks like he's going to his first, second, third, and sometimes back to the first read.
Back to the first read.
When have you seen that, Jay?
He is a professional NFL quarterback. As a rookie, this kid is a professional NFL quarterback. And I can't understand why people don't see it. It ain't that they don't see it. It's like they don't want to see it. It's like they don't want to see that this kid is actually pretty freaking good as a rookie. As a rookie, he's good. And people, but it's cool because, again, like I said, the Bears beat Washington this week, and I have them winning this game regardless. I don't care if Jaden Daniels play at all. I have the Bears winning this game. The bottom line is people going to say, if Jaden Daniels don't play, they're going to be like, oh, well, they beat the Commanders without Jaden Daniels. It's going to be a thing. But like I tell people, look at the schedule. If y'all want to say the Bears ain't playing nobody, the Commanders ain't playing nobody either.
Right.
So get over it. You play who's in front of you. And if somebody is injured, I'm sorry they're injured, but kudos to us because it gives us a
man up.
Win. Next man up. It gives us the best chance to win. So I don't care if they had to bring Joe Theismann out of retirement to play quarterback and we win the game. I don't care. All I'm looking for is wins.
Amen, brother.
Win those games.
Hey, if you think about it, this is the 3rd year in a row we're playing Washington. That first year, Bernard and I actually went to a game at Chicago at Soldier Field, and we lost 12-7.
No, I think it was 15-12 or 12-7, something like that. That was when Darnell Mooney. That was when Darnell Mooney dropped the ball in the end zone or something like that. Well, he failed to make the end zone.
Also, you had Khalil Herbert ran for 66 yards, got stopped at the 5, and they didn't score at all. So we had some really anemic offense at that point. However, this year we actually got more of a team concept, and it's interesting. This is the first time in a while I've seen the Bears able to count on offense, defense, and special teams. So that's why it looks a lot like the game is coming easier to us. So I'm hoping we can continue that and keep it up.
Hey, Village Jones helped contribute to that loss 2 years ago. He said that.
I was just going to say that. I was just getting ready to say that. You led right into it.
Village Jones fumbled a punt. And he fumbled. I think he fumbled 2 punts.
I was just getting ready to say that. That was the Valence Jones game. But guess what? We ain't got to worry about that no more. We ain't got to worry about that no more. So,
Dr. Trenton, bruh, don't bring up Justin Fields and the Bears banner no more. I'm sick of arguing with people over this. I don't want to do it. He ain't even starting for Pittsburgh no more. And more importantly, he's not on our team. So let's move on.
Oh, he said, hey, you know what? Let me share this here. And I thought this was funny from Quick. Hold on, if I can find it. There we go. Hold on.
Jay, you got new glasses?
No, these actually not new. I just toggle back and forth between frames. But these are actually they're about a year old, maybe a year and a half old. Hell, it's time for me to go. Excuse me, it's time for me to go have my eyes checked again. Optometrist just texted me a couple of days ago, like, "Hey, you late on your eye exam?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am."
Let me play this. This is what.
Man, I laughed at this all the way home this evening. But I tell you, I just replayed this in my car the whole time I was in the car.
Disappointed because I mean, who does this guy think he is to come in here and throw for 4 touchdowns, man? That's not gonna get it here in Chicago. You can't beat nobody throwing for 4 touchdowns, man. It's not gonna happen. I mean, I'm trying to be patient with the process, but I just don't like it right now. It don't look good. It just don't look good. The guy come in here throw for 300 yards, man. And I don't know what we're gonna do, man. We need to figure out something. We may have the first draft pick of next year's draft the way we play. People say, "Hey, man, we ain't playing nobody." I know y'all right, man. We ain't playing nobody. We only playing NFL pros that made it to the league, and you was a rec ball player in Park District. But I mean, I just don't like what we're doing right now.
Hey, thank everybody for tuning in to Bears Banter tonight. Hey, please subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook. What's that?
Are we at 800 yet?
I know I have to check. So Quick is one of the co-hosts of Bears Banter, and that was a commentary that he did after the Bears beat the Jaguars. And that's how people kind of sound, right? Playing that Caleb and they playing good is almost like they're mad, like 4 touchdowns not good enough, right? 300 yards not
300 yards and 4 touchdowns ain't good enough,
right?
Because all they thought about, because not only that, he was 22 of 27. Yeah, 22. Okay, 23 or 29. And one of them was the bad pick that he threw, which he acknowledged. It was open, but he underthrew it. 3 of those was throwaways.
Yeah.
And then DJ Moore had a terrible drop in the middle of that. So
it's like, come on, y'all. It's like, but that's okay. That's okay. Christian, I believe, said on Facebook last week or a week ago, we ain't got no room for bandwagon jumpers. So,
let's keep winning.
It is what it is.
Oh, that bandwagon.
Just win, baby.
Heavy, brothers. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah. So,
all I want to do is stack up W's. All I want to do is stack up digits in the left hand on the left hand side of the column. That's all I want. I don't care who they are. I don't care who they're against. And these next 3 games that the Bears are playing are winnable games, and then we go into the stretch of the schedule. And the bottom line is, we watched last night. I don't know if y'all watched, but I watched last night intently because I'm like, everybody talking about Minnesota and Brian Flores and his defense. It didn't look that impressive to me last night
at all
because Matthew Stafford was driving down the field at will. With his two receivers back, he was driving down the field at will. And I'm looking at Brian Flores like, Brian Flores, what you gonna do? He ain't got no answer. So,
and both of them are little guys too. Both of them are little.
Minnesota,
guys.
And I'm saying it, Minnesota and Green Bay can get got. Now, Detroit is a whole nother story because Jared Goff, hey, hats off to him because this dude is playing lights out. But
I'm not scared of Jared Goff at all.
Hey, right now,
the ball.
Right now, Jared Goff to me could be MVP of this league right now. This dude is playing lights out. So hats off to him. But watching Green Bay, because Jordan Love, he will give you the ball. And Sam Darnold, like I told y'all in the text the other day, he gonna turn into the pumpkin. Hey, Halloween is next week, baby. He gonna turn into the pumpkin. He's gonna turn back into the pumpkin and who he really is. So I'm just looking forward to getting these. I ain't trying to rush the time, but let's get through these 3 games so we can get to week 11, so we can see who's who in the zoo.
There you go.
Okay. Hey, what we think are the keys to victory against Washington? I would say just use the same formula that Plank alluded to earlier: run the ball, play good defense, and let Caleb do what he do. And you know what? It does sound great to hear a defensive player actually saying, "Man, the offense ain't even letting us get our stats because they actually scoring, they moving the ball." And you know what? That's also a thing in Chicago too, right? There's so many fans that's so used to just that what they want the Chicago identity to always be. They want Chicago to be a team that only plays defense and run the ball, and they really don't want to have a passing game. But that's the modern NFL. I want to say it was what's his name? Colin. I can't think his last name, but he had made a comment. He had made a comment that it's amazing to see Chicagobears actually run a modern NFL offense.
Modern NFL offense.
I feel like that too.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing.
And y'all know me, my whole thing with it's a passing league says who. I'm starting to get on board with this Caleb Williams passing thing. I'm like, this dude is actually going down the field, and he keeps his eyes down the field. No matter if he's scrambling, that pass that he threw to Cole Kmet a couple of weeks ago against Jacksonville, when he was on the sideline, it was like, I'm still gonna look. I'm a yard and a half from the sideline. Bang! I see somebody open. I'm gonna hit it. I'm starting to like it. But the keys to the game this week, and I feel like every week has been different as far as the opponents go, because we've been playing opponents where they are stout on defense on the ends. And then some of the teams that we've played they inside push is what it is. And Deron Payne, who I wanted the Bears to try to sign, is going to be a problem. So if we could protect guard to guard, I think we're going to be okay. But we still have to continue to balance it out and run the football. And I think Caleb gonna throw for 300. He's gonna throw for 300 this week because their secondary is not that good.
Not that good, no.
And like I told you, like I said earlier, Justin Fields threw it was Justin Fields, but DJ Moore had 230 yards and 3 touchdowns last year against his team with Justin Fields at quarterback. So I'm looking for big numbers from Caleb Williams on Sunday afternoon.
And we completed no passes to any other wide receivers last year too. So that was part of the stat as well. So I think the big thing now with the Bears is that, again, we were arguing about this early on after them first 2 or 3 games. The Bears now have an identity, not just on offense. They got an identity defensively. as well as the special team. So you actually have a three-headed monster that's actually attacking our opponents. The identity of the Bears is to run the ball, and a lot of times we ended up throwing these screen passes, which are non-traditional screens, and that's probably why they're working. The screens we were trying to throw before were always two steps off. Okay, I'm sorry. What you got? What you got, Jay?
No, it's funny that you mentioned the screen game because I said that today. I'm like, the Bears are actually running screens, but they got a quarterback that knows how to run a screen. Right. I mean, if you go back and look at every screen play that the Bears have ran this year, you don't even see Caleb Williams. He be like in the pile. It's almost like he hiding in the pile, and then all of a sudden you see the ball come out. He knows how to run. This kid is special, and I just want people to understand how good this kid is gonna be. And like I say, he's only played 6 games in the NFL. I just want everybody to get on board. If you're a real Bears fan, get on board. This kid is special, man.
Is that the coaching staff is not afraid to have the ball in his hands.
Yep.
So think about what that does to, he's still a rookie. Of course, he's going to grow. He's going to have some ups and downs. But they're confident that he knows what to do. So even when they get down to the fourth quarter, they're not afraid to let him throw the ball. Part of the issue that we had with previous coordinators and previous teams, if we were leading in the fourth quarter, we kept getting really scary and, let's just run the ball. Let's just run the ball.
Playing not to lose.
Playing
not to lose.
They're playing not to lose, not playing to win.
Not to lose.
Exactly.
Playing not to lose. How many rookies have y'all seen come up to the line of scrimmage and change plays in the Bears offense?
And no protections. He knows what the protections are. Okay, I'm gonna have to mention Justin Fields again. One of the worst things that happened in his rookie year was we were playing against Cleveland. They didn't call the protections right. He's looking to the left. He gets hit and his helmet comes off. One of the worst hits I've ever seen a quarterback take. Caleb Williams is the one responsible for calling the protections. And you can hear him out there on the field arguing sometimes with his offensive lineman. Shelton a couple of weeks was like, hey, they're coming hot. They're coming hot.
Yeah, I heard that. I
already know what we're doing. Don't worry about it. I see this. So that's a lot of responsibility to not just to put on a quarterback, but to put on a rookie quarterback, and they do it without worrying about anything. So I'm just getting way more and more confident every week the Bears are playing. What you got, Jimmy?
Hey, you guys said it all. We just got to make sure I really want to see the pass rush get there this week, because whoever's back there quarterbacking, I don't want them to have any time. We need to get that. We need to get pressure on the quarterback and get them down because I don't want to take any chances.
Are we talking about Marcus Mariota now? I'm actually kind of worried about Mariota. He just beat.
He looked good when he got in. He looked like he didn't.
Man, look, man, look. Who's they playing? Which would lead to 2 for 2. Who's they playing? Cut it out, man.
Jay, I want to comment about you saying
Marcus still got those wheels. He still can run it.
He sure can. I've been commenting about Jay when you saying them running the screen. I had mentioned a few weeks ago saying I had said for years Bears can run the screen, but I will compliment Caleb is because he looks so calm on those screens under pressure. Literally, like you said, there's our plays where guys are all around him on the screen, and you're like, he's about to be sacked for real.
And the ball just come out.
Yeah, the ball just comes out, whatever angle he can get it out.
Right.
And I seen somebody make a comment about he was they you know what, it was something like when he get hit is like he's running like a girl or something. I'm like, dude, that dude is tough as nails. This dude literally has thrown balls where a guy in between 2 guys who are about to hit him, right? And that's really part of his success too is he stand on his trajectory of his past sometime in the midst of chaos. And he's not bailing on plays where you were like, man, do you see those guys? But it's like he's ready to throw. Because it's a thing sometimes too when you watch, sometimes mobile quarterbacks get in trouble with this, where they're not in a position to be ready to throw. They're back there sometime and their ball is too low, and they're maybe more in a position to ready to run than to throw.
The clock is ticking in their head. All right, if I don't see it by now, I gotta run. I gotta run.
Yeah. And I tell people, I said it after this Jacksonville game. I don't care who you are. If you know football or is a football fan, those 2 touchdown passes to Keenan Allen.
Oh.
If that don't tell you that this kid got it, then nothing will. Those 2 passes to Keenan Allen, those are the best 2 out of the 23 passes that he completed. Those were the best 2 passes of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. Just
feel like we getting a little
previous quarterbacks couldn't do that. They couldn't. And that's why this kid is special, man.
So here it is now. Think about it. Caleb Williams is back there like, I got DJ Moore. Okay, I'm going to throw the ball to him, and he force feeds it to DJ Moore. Then the second week, he's like, you know what, DJ Moore, a little hurt. We don't have Keenan. I'm going to feed it to Roma Dunze. Then the third week, you say, you know what, I got Cole Kmet. After a while, I'm like, we can decide to throw it to whoever we want to. This is crazy.
It's insane.
I think this week
you can't key on anybody.
I think it's gonna be his chance because there's a couple rumblings that he wasn't the best rookie wide receiver to pick or whatever. So I think it's time for Caleb Williams to actually start saying, you know what, I'm gonna show you that this is my guy too.
It's gonna start all over again because you got to remember, Roma Dunze was the first one to get 100 yards.
Yeah.
Then it was DJ Moore, and then Keenan Allen. Then it was Cole Kmet, and now then last week it was Keenan Allen and Cole Kmet. So now this week it's going to start all over again. So Roma Dunze and DJ Moore gonna eat Sunday afternoon. Those are 2 are just gonna eat Sunday afternoon. But they always said Waldron always had a game plan where he was like, I'm gonna feed this one person. This one person gonna eat today. So this week it's gonna be a Dunze and DJ Moore along with DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift is doing some damage on the screen game. I know we keep talking about this. All of the passing, DeAndre Swift is making me a believer of what this guy brings to the table. He's really something special.
And you know what? Hey, Plank, if you get a chance, if you could find that throw that Jay referred to and we could put it on the screen, because I would like to show that play. And please subscribe to Bears Banner. Hey, to answer your question, Plank, we need 6 subscribers to get to 800 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're watching us right now on Facebook, flip over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe button, y'all.
Yep. This show is getting bigger and bigger. Hey, you know what? Hey, are y'all ready for 2 for 2 yet? Or y'all want to? Man, okay, let's get ready for 2 for 2. Let me find Guy Voice for 2 for 2. Sorry, Guy couldn't make it today.
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
All right. Hey, 2 for 2. 2 for 2 is your 2 best teams in the league and your 2 worst teams in the league as of this week. What you got, Jimmy?
Wow, man, put me on the spot. I'm gonna say my 2 best are the Bears, and I know they're not playing that good, but I have to go with the Kansas City. They're not playing that good, but they still keep winning. I don't know how they doing it with smoke and mirrors, but they still winning. Well, I shouldn't say they're not playing that good. I should say Pat, my homeboy ain't playing that well, but they're still winning.
I think Patrick Mahomes can complete 10 passes throwing with me as a wide receiver at this point.
Yeah, I guess we so used to him being so spectacular that he's playing normal, it looks like he's struggling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's why he got DeAndre Hopkins, and
he just got him. So.
Still a problem.
Wow.
The rich get richer.
Problem, but
the rich get richer. But my 2 for 2 is. I'm sorry, Jimmy. You didn't say who your 2 bottom teams was.
Jesus.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Carolina and the Patriots.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
that's my 2 bottom teams. Those are the bottom feeders.
My 2 for 2 until somebody knock them off, and Pat Mahomes ain't playing that well. But the Chiefs 6-0, so they're at the top of my list. And I got a 2A and a 2B. My 2A is going to be Detroit Lions, because man, I give them credit. Detroit is playing very good ball, but
yeah, they are. They are, but I didn't want to give them no credit because they are not saying.
Of course. But then I got to throw the Ravens in there, man. Man, let me tell you.
Yeah, Ravens.
People say what they want to about Lamar Jackson. He'll run the quarterback out. Man, look, y'all not watching the game. Lamar Jackson is having a phenomenal season, and Jerry Jones said that Derrick Henry wouldn't have fit our system. This dude is on pace to run for 2,000 yards, but he don't
only if your system is not football.
But he don't fit y'all system. And my bottom 2, I hate it. The Panthers, y'all bad. They are so bad. And they going back to Bryce Young this week. Because Andy Dalton and his family got a little fender bender. Hats off to them. I'm glad they okay. And my second team is the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are terrible.
Yeah.
And I hate that for Kevin Stefanski because he's a good coach. But that Deshaun Watson deal, and I am going to say this too. Them fans, they were so wrong.
Yeah.
For what they did to Deshaun Watson last week, because you don't want to see nobody hurt. And they like, you deserve it. No, you don't. You don't do that. And I had a lot of respect for the dog pound until last week, because the dog pound has actually been, since the early 80s, has been a great fan base. But what they did last week, that was deplorable. So those are my bottom 2.
Okay.
I got my 2 for 2. I got Kansas City as number 1 because, again, 6-0 is 6-0. 6-0. No matter how they look, they ain't lost to nobody. And not even really close to Kansas City is Baltimore. Baltimore with Henry, man, you see people making these career decisions every time you see him running out of the field like, hey, I know he big and I know he fast, but I better just make my best effort to look like I can't catch this dude, because the second I catch him, he going to run me over, and it's going to be a worse thing.
That dude is like a human freight train, man.
He is. Talking about Detroit. I don't have any fear of Detroit. Green Bay's a different animal because they've beaten us so many times. The Bears feel like, and should feel like, they can compete with Detroit.
Absolutely.
Now that they're a little bit weaker without Hutchinson, Detroit is going to be exposed when they start playing against the Bears. If you think about it, last year, the Bears, they blew them out one game, and they should have actually blown them out too. They had a 12-point lead.
12-point lead in the fourth quarter.
The chances that the Bears lost that game were like 8%, something like that. So we had a historic meltdown. The worst 2 teams, we got to go with the Panthers. They horrible. And number 2 has got to be the Jags. They got the golden boy that they paying $55 million to play quarterback, and he can't throw the ball from Jimmy to Jay.
Those golden locks look good though, hanging out that helmet.
Right. That's that he the quarterback from Remember the Titans. Sunshine.
Sunshine.
My 2 for 2 is the Ravens and KC. I'm gonna say KC has an edge on the Ravens because they're undefeated and the quarterback really not playing good and he's turning it over, but they're still beating people. and it's primarily because of defense. I go with the Ravens because they look like a well-oiled machine on offense. Okay, this is where people kind of look at stuff and they kind of stuck on the past. The Ravens defense is not that good this year.
No, they're not.
They're not that good this year. They probably rank like 16, almost 20. They're not that good. Lamar Jackson is winning these games this year for them. He's making great throws, reads. They get to the fourth quarter, they're grinding it out. And if you think about it, how good he's playing, and what's his name? Zay Flowers is just doing okay. It's not even like he's a standout. Lamar is spreading the ball all around the field. He's seeing the field real well. I'm proud of seeing his growth this year. My two bottom teams is the Panthers, and I'm going to go with the Titans. The Titans reason I'm going with them is because both of these teams have no clue at what they're going to do at quarterback. They can't even really move the ball. Will Levis giving out the ball like he's giving out free cheese, government cheese.
But they say you hurt. And they say you hurt. That's why. No, he ain't. Y'all have benched this dude and don't want to say nothing. He ain't hurt. Y'all have benched this dude. He is not hurt. He's terrible. He's terrible.
Hey, what's up, Russ?
What's up, Russ?
Hey, y'all got a game of the week y'all want to go to before we get to the predictions for this game? Y'all got a game of the week. Let me see who's playing.
The Bears and the Commanders. Anytime you flex, anytime you get flexed, you the game of the week.
The Bears.
I'm just glad they're on the road and not at home because I'd have been mad.
Because you had to go be at work when you.
I'd have been mad, but the Bears Commanders game of the week. That's the game of the week this week. Because again, like I said, the Bears need to win to keep pace with the division.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care if it's Mariota or if it's Jaden Daniels. I don't care, whoever it is. But again, I picked the Bears to win this game, and I'm so confident because I like the Bears defense and their quarterback. I don't want to talk about coaching. I don't want to talk about special teams. I don't want to talk about the running back. All I'm talking about is the Bears defense and the quarterback. And this quarterback gives the Bears a chance to win every week.
Speaking of quarterback and defense, Plank, this is right up your alley. Bears is 5th in the league in total defense.
What?
Well, I'm just, you're the defensive player.
Yeah.
The Bears are 7th in the league in pass defense. And in rushing defense, they are 11th in the league.
See, we don't start listening about how good defense we playing until you see the stats that back it up. If you actually know what you're looking at, you see that this is good defense. This is almost historically good defense. So
now, Jimmy, where is the Commanders' defense?
Oh my God!
Commanders are 6th in total defense. They're 16th.
Okay.
They've given up 18 touchdowns. The Bears have only given up 10 touchdowns.
Oh wow!
The Bears and the Bears, the Broncos have both given up 10 touchdowns, and the Chargers have given up 9.
You know that's interesting, Jimmy, because if you look at game 1, 2 of those touchdowns the Bears gave up in that game, I would say 2. I'm trying to go back to my memory. Was a direct result of a mishandled play by Velus Jones. Because Velus Jones gave them a short field immediately that led into a score. And I want to say it was 2 plays that eventually led to them having short fields by Velus Jones, which he never got back on the field. So of those 10 touchdowns they gave up, 2 of them was the result of just Velus Jones being Velus Jones. Velvet Jones. I'm Velvet Jones.
I'm Velvet Jones. They have only given up 4 passing TDs.
Oh, wow.
That's 6 rushing TDs and 4 passing TDs.
Oh, yeah, Trent, the YouTube channel name is Bears Banter Talk Show. That's the YouTube channel name. So if you go and just do search Bears Banter Talk Show, make sure you put the talk show on there. It'll take you right to our channel. Hey, what we got on the injury reports? I see we got Brisker and Kyler Gordon are both out in the game. It looked like Jaden Daniels is still on the questionable list. Who else is out?
I think that's enough.
That's it, pretty much. Everybody else is questionable. I know,
man. How we gonna beat somebody without Spider-Man? These are superheroes, man.
He out because he got that new tattoo. That's why he out.
I know Ryan.
He got the new Spider-Man tattoo.
Ryan Bates is back this week, so it's gonna be interesting to see if they kind of shake up the offensive line a little bit. Larry Borum is still questionable, I think. Jaden Daniels is gonna play in this game.
I think he is too.
He's gonna play. You know, they can do all the sportsmanship stuff. That it's gonna be a game time. No, he's gonna play in this game. And
me and Bernard were debating that, but I don't. You know, I know they list him at 210. He does not look like 210 pounds to me. He looked like he might be 6'4", 195.
190-ish.
It's kind of like Bryce Young last year. They had him drink a whole lot of water, then they had him weigh in. I think Jaden Daniels, you know, he's walking around extremely thin, and his body is not built for football. So they might throw him out there, but it's actually hard to throw with any kind of rib.
It is. But because he rested, he didn't play after the 10 plays that he played last week. He took off, and then he didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday. He was limited today. They said they had him going through some drills and stuff. So I think he's going to try to give it a go.
Maybe.
And see what he can do. But I do believe he's going to start this game. Okay. I do believe he's going to start the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Jaden Daniels coming out of college. What only thing I was concerned about him was his build. I was worried about his build, that he kept reminding me too much of RG3 as far as build. So I was kind of concerned with injuries, because I'm going to say the play he was injured on was he was sliding, right? What do, like slide and fell on the ball or something? I mean, because I couldn't really quite make out what happened on that play.
Yeah, has a really good touch on long passes, man. It's something remarkable to watch. Hopefully they don't do any of that to us if he plays, but you seeing him 40 yards down the field like he just handed it to people, man. It's pretty ridiculous, but it's special to watch. That's why this game is flexed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you what. Jalen Johnson, he licking his chops right now.
He is.
He licking his chops right now. He like, this is what we are. This is where we want to be. Him and Cole Kmet, like, this is where we want to be. We want to be the team that be flexed, so everybody can see what we all about. And I'm telling you, I'm not even wavering about the Bears winning this game. I'm not wavering. This team is for real. And the only thing that these soft teams that people say they ain't played nobody, all it did was get them confidence. That's all it did. That's all it did. Every game, Caleb went from 50%, 50%, 55%, 79%, 129, 104, 129. All they did was get themselves right to be in this position that they in. And it can only get better, and I think it's going to get better. I'm not even wavering about this game Sunday afternoon. I'm not even wavering.
And did y'all see that interview? It was a press conference where they showed DJ Moore looking at Caleb talking.
Right, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
And it to me, it looked like, man, like you proud of your little brother. Like, you know what? It went like, man, this guy, that's our guy. And you know what? And I know earlier we thought it was some little things going on. It might have been some little things going on, but guess what? He probably did. He eliminated that doubt that he might have had. And if you hear these guys, I mean, when you hear teammates talking about the guy that just got there, they even impressed by Caleb Williams' performance, right?
And it's not only that. DJ Moore was the one that said, "Hey." Caleb came to me and was like, "Look, man, I need you to do this, this, and this, and this, and this." So it wasn't even DJ like, "Oh, man, I can't believe this rookie coming in here." He was like, Caleb came to me and was like, "Look, this is what I need you to do. If you do this, you get this. And that's what happened. This kid is special. He's special. And people need to realize that the Chicago Bears got a quarterback. And they got the right one. They got the right one. So whether you like him or not, I don't care. All I'm looking for is wins in the W column. That's all I'm looking for. And this kid is going to bring it. He's going to bring it.
He's like, if you want to eat, DJ, you got to
get on my page. Get on my page. If you want to eat, get on my page. Guess what? Kenan Allen on my page. That's why they brought him here. I know Kenan. Kenan was at my pro day. You want to eat? Get on my page, and I'll feed you.
Mm-hmm.
This kid is special, and I'm gonna say it till the wheels fall off. This kid is special, man.
Hey, do you see Ryan Poles being busy this week?
Do your due diligence.
They were talking about trying to get Matt Crosby. I don't like that. They was also talking about Myles Garrett.
I want that. I want that.
We have to give up. We're gonna have to give up our firstborn son for that. But
no. They saying that it may take next year's first round pick,
and you still got to pay him $36 million a year.
But he's not in the last year of his contract.
Okay.
I just looked up this thing.
Caleb Williams is on the rookie. You ain't got to put the quarterback for 4 years.
I thought Detroit was trying to get Cosby.
Hey,
I thought Detroit was trying to get him to replace Hutchinson.
They are. But there's so many rumors flying around right now.
Yeah.
But I still say, if the Bears can get Myles Garrett, I'll take that. Give it up. Give it up.
Myles Garrett's salary cap hit this year is it's not bad. A $20 million cap hit this year.
And they don't have to pay. And they don't have to pay his signing bonus. Cleveland will still be on the hook for his signing bonus.
Yeah, because he's starting to look frustrated out there with all the losing.
He's 28 years old. We got a 1 and 2 twos next year. If you can bring Myles Garrett in to solidify this defense, you still got your picks to draft offensive linemen in the draft next year.
We can't.
If you're gonna do it, do it. If you're gonna do it, do it.
Yeah, we can't keep putting off drafting our linemen. So
no, we can't. We can't. But the bottom line is, if you want to solidify, because if you decide not to trade for Myles Garrett, if you decide you're going to take an edge rusher in the draft, is he going to be better than Myles Garrett?
No.
So you make the trade. If he's not going to be better than Myles Garrett, with him and Montez Sweat together, you make the trade.
Yeah, but you're still thinking about this great rookie that you're talking about. We want to keep him upright for long term. And I don't think that Braxton Jones is going to be able to do that long term.
You can draft a starting left tackle in the second round. You can.
Yeah, I guess the question going to be on any of that is, what would you have to give up is going to be so key, right?
And that's I'm not saying give up the far. I'm not saying give up 2 number ones. I'm not saying that. But if it's going to cost you a first round pick, or maybe even a second round, or a second round in 2025 and a second round in 2026, I'll do that. All day.
Built through the draft, remember? So I don't know. That's taking us right down that same trap we done been in Chicago for so many years. I'd like.
Yeah, my fear would be, and not that he wouldn't make it. I'm just worried about if you do it. I don't want to be tricked like the Khalil Mack trade. Not that Khalil wasn't a good player, but you sold out because you was ready to go that year. But most of us they're not ready. They actually they did more than what I thought. They really could have won far that year, but they didn't. But
the difference is
because they gave up multiple first round picks.
The difference is you got the quarterback.
You got the quarterback. Yeah.
That's the difference. You got the quarterback.
Let's keep him upright.
You got the quarterback.
So let's get some people to keep him safe and keep him clean.
Well, right now, he when you got a quarterback that can maneuver the pocket like Caleb Williams,
You would think Ryan Poles being the offensive lineman, he should be able to find some gems in the rough. You would think.
He already has. So, but you know, you're only gonna get so far with gems in the rough. You know, that's our biggest problem with Green Bay. Green Bay is built from the line out.
You got to build from the inside out.
Yeah, these dudes.
You got to build from the inside out. Yeah.
Be knocking people on their backs. So we got to kind of start investing in that as well.
Yeah, hey, so this game here, I see Cole Kmet being a key contributor to this game. I see Cole Kmet running up the field, getting just uncovered, easy touchdown. See him getting 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift. I think this is going to be one of the biggest games for Ron Kmet. This game, I think he's going to go deep a lot. I had the Bears winning 31-23. What you got?
Hey, let's not forget Caleb Williams is going home to the DC area. He's gonna want to show out. He ain't been there for a while since he won the state championship in high school. He's gonna want to show everybody, not just in DC, everybody in NFL, why he's the #1 draft choice. I got the Bears winning 31-20.
31-20. Okay. I got them winning 28-24. I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
No, I got the Bears winning this game handily, 30-17.
30-17. Okay.
I'll take it. I got them. I put it down as a close game. I put it down to Bears 27, Washington 24.
Okay. Jimmy got 27-24. Plank got 31-20. Bears favor. Guy got 28-24. I got 31-23. Jay got 30-17. Jimmy 20-24. I didn't get Quick. Did Quick put his score in? I don't know. I had to go to the page.
No, I got 27-24.
27-24. Okay. And when we at the season, we got Quick
3-3. Man, I'm not trusting the Bears like that.
4-2, 3-3, 3-3.
Hey, my secret is always pick the Bears to win. So whatever the Bears are, that's what my score is going to be too.
Hey, I'm not a homer. I just call it how I see it. So I'm not a homer.
I always pick the Bears, even though I know they don't have a chance. I'm still picking them.
Yeah,
got to go with the home team.
Hey, thanks, Trent, for coming over to YouTube. Trent, I see your score 28-14 Bears.
Thank you.
Man, if we ain't got nothing else for tonight, man, we'll probably be on about 6:30.
6:37, 7.
And Cassandra. So they need to put their scores out there. Maybe they can put it out there to the Facebook group so we can continue this discussion. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am too. So, hey, until next time, peace.
Peace.